Hello again, and welcome back to my channel. This is Marlene from Envelopes Bath and Body Creations. How's everybody doing? Yes, I am back again with another video. Wearing my tap out t-shirt that's heavily stained and has a few holes in it, but I quite enjoy it. I'm not afraid to get it. I'm not afraid to destroy it. So keep that in mind when you're soaping. It's not very cold outside, so far so good. I don't have or feel a need for a long sleeve t-shirt like the one I just messed up. One of my older soaping videos. Let's see. Oh, there that is. I've got other projects going on also, but lots of stuff happening. Be forewarned, this is going to be loud. I'm trying to get this mixed as best as possible. And add our fragrance oil. And try to get this mixed again. I used Tahitian teal for matches. To color this soap. What I'm going to do is just make some nice little squares, or yeah, some nice little soap bricks, and then we're going to dip them in caramel colored soap. Or maybe I should just do a little drip pour. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I'm in the mood for when it happens. I won't be able to do it until I'm ready to cut, so I've got plenty of time to think about how I want to top that soap. Trying to work quick. I don't want this to get too stiff, but I still need this to, I need that to incorporate the rest of that oil. And scraping the bottom and making sure I get all the sides, because I want everything colored perfectly. That's a pretty green. Oh, it smells good. It smells very appley. Whatever appley smells like. Let's scrape that off a little bit. And let me go get my mold. My handy dandy mold. And we'll get this poured in. Such a pretty color. Oh, I'm going to have to get this scraped out, so you guys are going to have a really horrible view, unfortunately. But I don't like to put unsaponified oils down my sink when I wash, so I make sure as much goes in to my mold as possible, and I try to be as precise as I can. Now when I do my calculations, I really don't adjust for my fragrance oils that I add. So I always have a bit more than what I originally wanted. Or I should say a bit more soap batter. What I end up doing is cutting the bottom off, and I slice those up for soap samples. I do my best not to waste anything, and if people can get a sense of what else it is that I make. I mean, if you can smell it, you'll buy it. So if you get a sample and you really like it, more than likely you'll come back and buy it because you've already tried it without wasting any money. If you didn't like it, at least you didn't throw any money away, right? Well, these markings here are for my smaller bars that are 2 inches. These markings here are about 2 1/4 inches. So this tells me what row I'm going to be using. These markings here are just 1.5 inches. This is how wide I cut my bars. So they're usually, you know, between 2 1/4 inch by 1.5 inches, and they can be, depending on the style of soap I'm making, they could be anywhere between 3.5 inches to 4 inches or bigger if they've got topping on them. But the way I'm going to cut these is going to be the bigger 2 1/4 inch by 1.5. They are still going to be 3.5 inches tall. So I'll be cutting the bottom off to make those into samples, and I'm going to put a popsicle stick through the top, and I'm going to drizzle some little caramel colored soap over it, so it looks like a candied apple. It smells like candied apples. It smells amazing. It smells like a green apple. I love it so much. So we'll bring you back for the cut and the design. Thank you, guys. And we're back for the cutting of the Spice Winter apple. You're gonna have to forgive the mess. The setup is a little weird. I got my display table set up in here temporarily for this, you know, for cutting my soap, and I need the room. This is the table that I usually use for my shows, and I needed to bring it in here because I just don't have any space on my countertops at the moment. I'm still trying to organize everything. I've got buckets and stuff back here that are just a hot mess, and I mean, there's nothing even cute about it, but that's what I call it. It's a hot mess. It's what I'm sticking to. So, yes, the countertop's cleaned off. Like I said, it's just the table that I use. Taking it everywhere with me, and it's seen better days. So let's go ahead and unmold this. And again, my molds are from Workshop Heritage. I love them. I do need to buy a few more. I've got my eye on a few of their tall and skinny molds. Let's see, did I break the section well enough there? Yeah. Okay. Come on. There we go. Oh, nice and pretty. Nice size brick. Any corners messed up? Looks like that corner's not so great, but more than likely I'll be able to use that as samples. So what are we doing? Let me get my gloves because I really don't want my hands to get sticky again. Let me see what we're doing here. That's right. These ones, I will be putting a popsicle stick in them, I think. I'm still not sure about that. But But we're definitely going to be putting something of what looks like a caramel drizzle or caramel, whatever. However you guys like to pronounce it. To each their own. And let me be sure this is correct. That is... Where's my 2? Can't see very well. This lighting is overhead lighting, and it's just fine for me, but for filming, not so great. So it's 2 1/4 inches. That is, oh, does not want to let go. Go. One more. I do believe I cut this wrong. I like to do it the short way because I get the most bars out of this mold. Oh well. These are going to be cut up into my travel sizes, so, well, there'll be more of a sample sizes, I would say, because they'll be small enough bars where you don't have to pay full price for a whole bar and end up not liking it. So there's that bad boy. Gonna put that back. Clean that off. Again, I'm gonna loosen the string because you don't want there to be tension on that all the time. This away, and where is my multi-cutter? Oh, oops. This is kind of dirty, so let's go ahead and clean it off. From the last batch, I was in a hurry and I did not clean it. I have to say, this is much nicer to be able to have everything at hand. It works a whole lot easier. I wish I could have done this indoors, so it could have been more available to everybody, but unfortunately it doesn't work out that way. Okay, so this is nice and cleaned off. And this soap cutter I actually got, I want to say Croatia. I found them on Etsy. It's a Soap Cutter Pro. I love this. And I had it cut. I had these strings custom made to my size bars. So they cut 1.5 inches. An 1.5 inch wide bar. I know it's a monster, right? I don't care. I like it. And it didn't cost much more at all, as a matter of fact. And they were here so quick. Yeah. You gotta make sure that tension is right. So I'm gonna cut this on its side. Voila. Nice chunky bar. Let's see. 2 1/4. And right now they are at 3 3/4. So a nice chunky bar. I was going to plane the top off, but I decided I'm not going to because it's going to be covered by, it's still going to be covered by the little drizzle top, so there's really no point of it. It'd just be extra work for me that's not needed. I actually left this in the mold over the weekend. Don't know if it was necessary, I just left it over the weekend. Oh man. I don't know if you can hear the animals outside. My neighbor, not my next door neighbor, but somebody further down has a goose. So instead of quacking, I hear honking all the time. My brother's got a duck. Super cute. I forgot what they called him. Duckosaurus. I think his name is Duckosaurus. He's a little black ducky. Oh, this is a nice bar. See? That's why I cut them the other way, so that I don't have this great big old chunk left. I have full-size bars. And now I've got this. I guess I can cut it in half. Let's see what that looks like. It's a little crooked. But it's roughly the same size as the other one, so I guess that's okay. Let's see, one last one. I don't want it to leave drag marks. How many bars is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 bars. Let's see. Place that on there. Ta-da. This is a pretty green. This is Tahitian Teal by Mad Micas. I'm on my Mad Mica kick lately, or I should say this year. I use different, I use colorants from different companies. I'm not, you know, a colorant snob or manufacturer snob, but I should say that when I find a manufacturer that I like, I usually stick to them. And, you know, but there's just so many colors and so many things that are widely available and through different companies. They've all got different ideas and different things going on, so really you just gotta buy what you like. You know, the manufacturers that are most reliable, and then have a backup manufacturer, a backup company that sells something similar in case you can't get it, or the item is sold out, your colorant or your materials are sold out and you can't get it. You gotta make sure you have a backup. That's funny. So obviously I'm not cutting it crooked. It's just a little wonky on the end, that's all. That's cool. So there's that, and I'm going to clean this off so that I don't have to do it for the next round. This bad boy away. Oh man, let me loosen the wires. I was told you can damage the wire, or that it could pop on you suddenly because it's always had so much tension and never been loosened. There's that. Off my tabletop. I promise you it's not dirty, it's just the way it is. I already cleaned that off. And, well, I kind of do need to slice those down, don't I? So, here we go. That's level. Oh no! That up here, and sorry about that, I don't know if that was loud, but these will be my I guess sample trail size bars, whatever you want to call them. Some of these are a little wonky. Let me see. I want to keep the ones that look pretty uniform. It's uniform. That one, not so uniform. These ones I can slice them down further and cut them into little samples. I think that's what I'll end up doing, making these ones into little samples. This one does not want to stay up on me. That one's a little thinner over here, so I think I'll cut that one up too and make it a sample. Turn it into a sample. This will be a sample. It'll be cut in half and then cut down even further, and I'll make little samples out of those. And I will bring you back after we mix up the drizzle. Bye-bye. Here we are back again. I almost forgot one crucial step. Let's see. I didn't feel like planing them. But since I'm not going to plane them, I need to bevel these edges. See those edges? How they're all frayed and funny, you know, and then these are pretty nice, but they're kind of sharp in the hand, so I'm just going to bevel them. I use a potato peeler. Nice little one I found. I can't even remember where, but pretty simple. Just shoot. Nice edges. Not gonna hurt anybody. You know what? I think I'm gonna do these tops also because I'm going to make that drizzle for the top, and I want it to look nice and clean and pretty. Should probably do the bottoms also. So what I'm going to do is a drizzle. I'm not going to dip them or anything. It's just going to be a nice little drizzle and no biggie. I don't know if you want to stick around to watch me do each and every single one of these, but I'll do a few of them for you. I hope you guys can see this. This might be a better angle for me to work at so that you can see everything and it's not so funky. See that? A little cleaner. The tops are a little frosted, but I'm not worried about that simply because I'm going to put that drizzle on top. I've already got my oils and my lye water all prepped and ready, so they're just really waiting for me to do these edges, and could have had it done a lot sooner. And well, I just waited since I decided I was going to bevel the edges, let everything get a little bit firmer, but not too firm that it would have a problem, that the soap drizzle would have a problem sticking. That's one thing I didn't want to have, is for that soap drizzle to have a problem sticking. Let's see, edges. Oops. Done. And I'm going to go ahead and do these as well. Because I am going to sell them, I want them to look identical. So I want them to be just as perfect as the larger ones. Bevel the edges and do the soap drizzle. Edges all done, bottoms too. I decided I'm not going to put the stick in there. I just decided against it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try one and see if I like it after I've done the little soap drizzle. After I've done the soap drizzle, I'll see if it needs the stick. If that little popsicle stick at the top will actually help the aesthetic of it, or if it's just taken away from it. If it's taken away from it in any way, I just won't do it to the rest. And pretty good. Let's see, there's that. Now we'll go ahead and do the bottom. And these little soap shavings that I do, I don't get rid of them either. I save them. Well, they want the power. We'll be right back.